Hello, friends. It feels like it's been forever since I have gotten to talk to you guys. If you are new around here, my name is Kenzie. Welcome to or welcome back to Willow Creek Homestead. I have missed you. I can't believe it's been a whole month since I have uploaded a full-length video. So much has gone on. So much has been happening. But the biggest thing that has happened this past month is my husband and I finally moved to our new homestead. My dogs are in the kennel in the background, so sorry if you can hear them rustling around. If I let them out, they're gonna make this video very, very chaotic. So if you were new around here, I started doing my YouTube channel and posting content a year ago, actually, because that was when my husband and I started building our dream homestead. So my previous house that I lived at wasn't really the Willow Creek homestead that has been talked about and that you guys see featured on my channel all the time. This is Willow Creek Homestead. So it just feels amazing to officially welcome you guys to Willow Creek Homestead and the house and homestead that my husband and I have worked so incredibly hard on the past year. You guys have been able to see the progress, and you guys have been along with me for the entire ride of building the garden and building the house and all of the stuff that has come along with it. So it's incredible to finally be in my new kitchen getting to speak to you guys. So for this video, we are just going to pick up right where I am leaving off. I have tried to post shorts every single day for you guys. There have been so many times that I've wanted to do long form content, especially for my garden hauls. It just didn't work out like that. So if you guys want to catch up on everything that has happened this month, be sure to go back and watch all of my shorts. But we are basically going to be picking up right where I am leaving off because that is easiest for me. Next year, we are gonna do a ton of garden activities together, face to face. But this year with moving and everything else, it was just really, really hard to schedule all of that in. But I wanna go over the kitchen with you guys because you guys have heard me post about it a ton on here, and I finally get to show you it. I finally get to walk you through it. And I wanna go over just some things that I've added that have helped with my food preservation journey that I didn't have at the old house that I really, really wanted here. And then I'm gonna point out some key things that I think are maybe important in case you are building a house yourself. I will give you some tips and things that I did in my kitchen that will hopefully help you if you are renovating or getting ready to build yours. So I'm gonna get you guys flipped around and let's take a tour. Not everything is put away. I'm kind of still deciding where I want things. So if you guys have any good tips on where you would put things in here, please, as always, let me know. Okay, so I think the best way to start this video is to just give you guys a glimpse of everything and then we'll walk through it piece by piece. So here is just like a stand-up pantry, refrigerator, double oven, stovetop, range hood, and then over here is some extra cabinets, sink, and dishwasher. And this is my favorite part of the entire kitchen. Don't mind my nails, you guys. I need to get them done really bad. But my beautiful, beautiful island, you guys. I didn't know if I wanted an island this big, but now that I have it, I am absolutely obsessed. So one key thing that you'll notice about my kitchen right off the bat is the amount of space that I have here. When I was originally designing this kitchen, my designers, each time that we would sit down, they kept asking me over and over, are you sure you want this much space in between your appliances and cabinetry and your island? And I said, yes, absolutely. I am 100% sure. And a lot of people have said this is a lot in between because you're just not used to seeing it. A lot of the islands and cabinets are very, very close together. But what I love about the spacing, you guys, is especially for holidays, okay? Somebody can be right here getting their food and somebody can be over here getting into my refrigerator, and we're not going to be bumping into each other. The plan of building a house this big was to have multiple people over a lot, have gatherings, do holidays, all kinds of things. So I really wanted to have two sets of traffic being able to come in and out of here at one time and not bump into one another. So if you are designing a kitchen and you're trying to figure out your spacing in between your island and your other cabinets, my personal opinion is leave more, not less. So starting on this side, this is actually a stand-up pantry. Now, the original plan was to have this all one solid door and have a walk-in pantry, but the mapping and kind of everything with that, including the other room beside it, was just really, really hard. We couldn't really rearrange things to make that work. So what I did instead was I had Menards do a just stand up basic pantry because remember we have one downstairs as well. And then what I love about all of these is they are pullouts. So all of these pull out and then they slowly shut so that if you have like glass or breakables in any of this, the drawer itself does not shut super hard. So I love having this here. If you guys remember at my old house, we had this that was housing basically all of the goodies that are over there. So it is super, super nice having this conveniently right in my kitchen. And then if we open this drawer up top, I don't have very much in here. It's just some egg cartons and just random kitchen aprons and whatnot. These do not pull out because it was kind of a waste to make them pull out because it's so high up. But it is really nice having the extra storage. The cabinets above my refrigerator, I always struggle with what to put in them. So if anybody has any good ideas or tips on what you put up here, I'm just not entirely sure because I don't really use these that often. So it's really, really hard. And I will talk about all of the appliances and things separately, but for now, we're just gonna take a tour of like all of the cabinets and the layout. So then up here, I just have my canning equipment. Here is my water bath canner, pressure canner. There is a salad spinner up there, and there is some pasta making equipment. I am just putting these here until the pantry is done downstairs, and eventually these will be moved. And don't mind the little hole up there. We still need to get it fixed. And I have to add backsplash to this as well. But then over here, this cabinet had to be changed 2 times, which was really, really frustrating because this was supposed to be much bigger than it is, but it worked out totally fine. So basically I have spices in these 2 cabinets up here, which works out really good because my oven is right below. So as I'm cooking, I can reach spices out from here and over here for all of my cooking needs. And then in this little pull-out, we just have some oven mats that have been well used and loved. I need to actually get some new ones of these. And then down here, I just have my fat separator for making broths and my food processor and some baking things, my immersion blender. Now, originally at the old house, we had all of our pots and pans in this cabinet here, but actually for the new house, I have moved all of them under the stove. So it's been really, really nice to just have everything right under them and be able to reach them out and put them on top as I go. Don't mind the jars and things that are out and about. I made up some salsa the other day for my husband. And then down here is something that I have never had before, which I'm kind of excited about it, but I don't really know what to do with it. So this is my Lazy Susan. And right now I just have all of my like home preserved and home dried seasonings and just kind of dehydrated snacks and different things like that on the top. And then down below are just a bunch of canned goods. And this corner cabinet right here is just housing some strainers and pots and pans. And then this cabinet right here is just housing some different food items and things. And then here are just some pull-out drawers. I have just some different rags and things in there. I have a bunch of Ziploc and food saver bags in the very bottom. And then I had them put some drawer organizers in from Menards. So all of my drawers that are like this on the top have organizers, and I'll show you that one. It's my absolute favorite. Down here under the sink is just some cleaning supplies and whatnot. I feel like that's really, really standard. But over here is my favorite drawer of my entire kitchen. Because look at it. And then if you take this top piece and you push it, here are a bunch of knives. Now, this drawer organizer doesn't work for the really, really, really big knives, but look at how beautiful this is, you guys. My drawers used to be an absolute mess, and this thing is just absolutely amazing. And then moving on right down below it, I just have several different like storage containers, plastic containers, things like that to put, you know, meals and meal prep in. And then moving on to the island, I did have my microwave put into the island itself. I think it just makes it look much more chic and beautiful. I love how this turned out. And then up top, we have another organizer with just some utensils and things. And then here is trash. And then I just have some like recipe books and stuff in the drawer that is down below the microwave. But then again, up here, we have some just various different things like a food scale, you know, different molds for freezer treats and just different things like a shredder. So I didn't really know what to do with this space. So I just kind of threw the odds and ends things in here that didn't fit in the other drawers. But then down below, we have like my food saver, griddle, some mixing bowls, baking utensils. And then for this last drawer, here are all of my cutting boards. And these fit in here really, really nice, which is good because I didn't have a good place to put them at the old house. So this drawer has worked marvelously for that. And then the last and final drawer just houses my crock pot, my Instant Pot, and my stand-up mixer. And then let's go over some of the appliances that are in here. This is my brand new fridge, and I'm not gonna lie, you guys. Oh, look, my daughter decorated it with all the butterflies and I've just left it because I think it's really cute like that. But it kind of throws me off because I'm so used to having a fridge and freezer like side by side, like at the old house. I don't know. I wish it was this size, but it was still kind of like that. But this one is really nice. It has the big pull out on the bottom, and then like this pulls out on top. So you have two different sections for all of your storage and things. And the inside of it is actually pretty big. Like, you want to do like a welcome to MTV Cribs together. Don't judge my refrigerator because it is pretty crazy at this moment. That is probably something that I still need to go through and organize. We still aren't even done with the house. Like, we still have several things that could be done, but again, we are just doing what we can, and that is okay for now. So this is my double oven setup, and I'm absolutely in love with it. I've always wanted a double oven for parties and get-togethers. It was just so incredibly painful to have to use one oven all the time, especially when you preserve food like I do. It's just a lot to do everything out of one oven. So I have two of them now, and it's fantastic. It's all touchscreen, and it has like cook assist, and you can also use them as an air fryer, which is really, really cool. The only thing that I'm not too fond of is like, it's really hard to reach in here whenever you're carrying things to it, having them this high up. So that is one thing to just be a little bit mindful of, but otherwise, absolutely love having the double oven set up so far. And I know that this is going to come in handy whenever we have get-togethers and parties. So super, super excited to get to put all of that to use. Next, we are moving on to one of my absolute favorite things in this entire kitchen, which is my 5-burner stovetop. And a little bit of a backstory here. So when you're building a house and things, you sit down with your designer and go through all of the kitchen specs and things like that for your appliances, your cabinets, all of that good jazz. So originally, whenever I went through Menards, they did not carry a 5-burner. They went up and down trying to get me a 5-burner. They could not find one, which was really, really devastating because I knew I wanted a 5-burner from the beginning. Me and my husband went through all of the details here, all of the specs, everything, and I was really, really sad to think that I was not going to be able to get a 5-burner because you guys know I process a lot of food, I preserve. I knew I wanted a 5-burner, a gas 5-burner at that, especially coming from an electric 4-burner at my house. So at that point, I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm just going to be stuck with a 4-burner, and I was really saddened by it. But actually, that is where the sponsor of today's video comes in, Gasland. So shout out to you, Gasland, for coming to my rescue. I appreciate it so much. So let's take a couple minutes to go over this burner and just give a full product review and setup because I am absolutely obsessed, and this product is top tier. If you are looking for a 5-burner, I highly recommend this one, and I'm gonna go over why.
From start to finish, installation took approximately 30 minutes. My husband and I worked together and found the process to be very straightforward. The instruction manual was clearly written, easy to understand, and included diagrams that made each step very simple to follow. This model features a 304 stainless steel surface that resists heat, stains, and discoloration. The overall dimensions are 30 by 20 with a built-in size of 28.6 by 18.9 inches, making it a great fit for a variety of standard countertop cutouts. This cooktop includes a CSA certified gas pressure regulator and comes equipped for natural gas, but also includes propane nozzles for easy conversion. This cooktop includes a thermocoupler flame-out failure device. If a flame is accidentally extinguished, the gas supply will automatically shut off. This safety feature is built in and works with both natural gas and propane setups. And the stovetop grates are very durable, easy to clean, and also dishwasher safe. This unit is equipped with 5 Sabbath sealed burners made in Italy, which are known for their efficiency and precision. The configurations include 2 7,000 BTU burners for your everyday cooking needs, 1 10,000 BTU burner for larger pans and faster heating, 1 high-powered 13,000 BTU burner ideal for boiling, and 1 4,000 BTU simmer burner for delicate tasks. Also included is a reversible 2-in-1 grill and griddle plate. Made from solid premium grade steel and iron, it's designed to distribute heat evenly and retain it well. Overall, this cooktop delivers excellent performance, a modern look, and is designed for both functionality and safety. If you're looking for a gas cooktop with flexibility for different cooking styles and easy maintenance, this is a solid option to consider.
So then moving on from the 5-burner, we have my sink and faucet, and I did not do an open sink. I think they call them like farmhouse sinks. I did not want one of those. I did want the divider in it. It is the same size as those. It just comes with the divider, which I love. And then this faucet attachment you can pull down and spray, and it's very, very nice. And then the only other thing is just my dishwasher. So that is basically the wrap up of the kitchen tour. But I also wanted to show you something else. So my husband installed a sink in our laundry room, which is also very, very nice because as I am, sorry, I'm still getting used to where the lights and things are, but as I am coming in, so like here is our outside entryway from the garage. As I'm coming in with garden produce, if I don't want to take it all the way through the house, he did put a sink right here for me. And this one is also really, really big so that I can wash all my vegetables off before bringing them in. So that works really, really good. I do also have some canning projects that I'm going to throw in at the end of this video. I did tomato juice and salsa the other day. I thought I could bring you guys along for that. And again, I just didn't get to like setting it up and doing it with you. So I'll just voice it over for you and walk you through it. But we have a lot of canning projects coming up, friends. We have a lot of stuff to tackle. Most of the time I do all of my canning and preserving through the summer months, but it looks like we are going to be doing a lot of that during the fall and winter months. I am going to take you guys downstairs and kind of just show you the pantry area and give like my thoughts and overall kind of opinion of what we're going to do. I have posted a couple shorter videos on it. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch that. But me and my husband still have that to build. So it's been a little bit difficult and challenging because as I'm preserving food, I really don't have anywhere to put it other than just down in the basement for now, which I don't like doing that because it's just not a good way to keep track of everything. So eventually we will get the pantry done and that'll be another project for us to kind of go over. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff to do. We also got to put the garden to bed together, you guys. I don't know who needs to hear this, but some years you just cannot do it all, okay? This was the year for me to learn that. I learned that I can't do it all. And as fun as the garden was, I kind of knew that this year especially, it was going to just be an experiment. And honestly, I thought most everything out there was not gonna flourish. Like I planted double of everything because I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna be out there paying attention to it. I'm not gonna be able to be out there babysitting like I always am. And yeah, that was not the case at all. Everything survived, everything thrived. We have had rain probably every 3 days here, which is very, very abnormal for us. So Mother Nature said, you know what, you think that you're not going to get a garden this year. Well, you're going to get a garden tenfold and you're not going to know what to do with it all. So my friends, my animals, my community have all benefited from the garden this year, which I am happy to share the love always. But yes, this year I learned I can't do everything. And sometimes that's okay. So if you needed to hear that too, I am here to tell you that. It's okay if you don't get to everything. So we are gonna go out and put the garden to bed together. I still have a couple of things out there to harvest. I think we have some black beans, pinto beans, and maybe some gourds and spaghetti squash, I think. I think we still have some of that stuff out there to harvest. Maybe I'll put it in one of the long form videos for you guys. But otherwise, my plan is to cover the garden with weed fabric. And I think we're gonna do the same thing with the walkways because the weeds have been absolutely terrible this year. The weeds have done just as good as my vegetables this year. It's really, really bad, but I think that might be a problem for everybody. It has just been a wild, crazy year. Probably not the year to put in a 40 by 60 garden while building a house, but that is okay. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I am going to insert some extra footage of some canning projects that I got done. And as always, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week, and I will see you guys in the next video, which will not be a month from now. So look out for it. I'll see you guys then. So, to end this video with you guys, I am going to throw in some footage of me canning tomato juice. And I was going to do salsa in this as well, but I think I'm going to save that for another video because it is a little bit lengthier. But this recipe is amazing for new canners. Tomato juice is so incredibly simple to can, you guys. Basically, I'm just putting all of my tomatoes in a big stock pot and adding just a little bit of water on the bottom so that these don't scorch. But then I'm just gonna go ahead and cook these for probably like an hour-ish on low, just until the juice has developed some really, really good color. And then after I get all of it strained, we are left with the most delicious tasting tomato juice. And I did add a little bit of salt to this. So feel free to add, some salt if you would like it. You could also boil in some hot peppers and do like a spicy tomato juice. That would be really, really good in like homemade Bloody Marys. So basically, after I get all of that done, I'm just going to go ahead and start filling up my jars. I can't remember if it's a fourth of an inch of headspace or half of an inch, but I will leave the full recipe down below. I do use citric acid instead of lemon juice because I don't like the way that the lemon juice changes the flavor of my homemade tomato juice. But if you would like to use lemon juice or that's all you have on hand, go ahead and just use that instead. And then I always go back and fix the head spacing on all of my jars, make sure that that's where it needs to be. And then I'm going to go ahead and wipe all of the rims down and get my lids placed on. I do reuse lids only one time. And if you are looking for some canning lids right now, my favorite brand, ForJars, has a sale going on. I will post it down below with the link. I believe it's if you buy 100 lids, you get 50 free. So that is a fantastic deal. And the link for that will be down below. But then after I get all of my lids on, I'm just gonna go ahead and screw all of these rings on fingertip tight. Remember, we don't want to crank it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and process them in the water bath canner for the amount of time that is required. I believe it's like 35 to 40 minutes. And then here they are all coming out of the canner and we get to use them later on. I love making tomato-based rice with this. It is so incredibly good. If you have extra tomatoes, definitely give this a try. But here they are all done, and I will see you guys in the next one.